Imagine someone who appears charming, confident, and full of charisma. Someone who effortlessly wins over everyone around them, but behind this mask hides a cold and calculating mind. Now think, what if this person were a psychopath? Psychopaths are human predators. They are not just characters from movies or TV shows. They walk among us, often in positions of power and influence. They lie, manipulate, steal, and even destroy lives without feeling a shred of guilt or remorse. According to Robert Hare, one of the leading experts on the subject, about 1% of the population may be psychopathic. Psychologist Martha Stout estimates this number to be as high as 4%. This means that at some point in your life, you have probably encountered one. But why does this matter? Because understanding the psychology of psychopaths can be the key to protecting yourself and those you love. In this video, we will explore what lies behind these brilliant yet dangerous minds, how to identify the warning signs, and most importantly, how to shield yourself from their attacks. Get ready for a fascinating, yet sometimes unsettling journey. Because in the end, knowledge is power, and when it comes to psychopaths, being informed can make all the difference. You've probably heard of psychopaths, but what really defines someone with this disorder? Psychopathy is a personality disorder characterized by traits such as a lack of empathy, manipulation, and antisocial behavior. However, contrary to popular belief, it's not just about physical violence. Psychopaths can be masters of emotional manipulation, using their charm and intelligence to achieve their goals. One of the leading experts on the subject, Robert Hare, describes psychopathy as a combination of traits like superficiality, egocentrism, and a lack of remorse. These individuals feel no guilt for their actions and are incapable of putting themselves in others' shoes. To them, other people's emotions are merely tools to get what they want. It's important to distinguish psychopathy from sociopathy. While psychopaths tend to be born with these traits, sociopaths are more influenced by their environment, such as childhood trauma or abuse. Both share similar characteristics, but psychopathy is considered more severe and difficult to treat. Another crucial aspect is superficial charm. Psychopaths are often described as charismatic and persuasive, which makes them especially dangerous. They know exactly how to win people's trust, only to manipulate them later. And the worst part? Many of their victims don't even realize what's happening until it's too late. Now that we know what a psychopath is, a chilling question arises. How many of them are among us? According to Robert Hare, creator of the famous Hare Psychopathy Checklist, approximately 1% of the global population may be psychopathic. Meanwhile, psychologist Martha Stout, author of The Sociopath Next Door, suggests that this number could be even higher, up to 4%. In a country like Brazil, with over 200 million people, this would mean between 2 and 8 million psychopaths. But where are they? Studies show that psychopaths are overrepresented in positions of power. Research from Bond University in Australia found that around 21% of executives in major corporations exhibit psychopathic traits. In politics, the numbers are equally alarming. Psychopaths are drawn to roles that offer control, status, and opportunities for manipulation. And don't think they're only at the top of the pyramid. Psychopaths can be found at all levels of society, from co-workers to romantic partners. What makes them so dangerous is their ability to blend in, remaining undetected until it's too late. These findings show that psychopathy isn't a distant problem. It's much closer than we think. Understanding its prevalence is crucial for protecting ourselves. Understanding the mind of a psychopath is like looking at a complex and disturbing puzzle. They don't think like most people. While we are guided by emotions, empathy, and a sense of morality, psychopaths operate under a completely different logic. The most defining trait is their lack of empathy. They simply cannot connect with other people's emotions. To a psychopath, the suffering of others does not evoke compassion, but rather indifference, or in some cases, even pleasure. This absence of empathy allows them to manipulate, lie, and even harm others without feeling any remorse. Another fundamental trait is superficial charm. Psychopaths are masters at creating a positive image of themselves. They know exactly what to say to gain people's trust. However, this charm is merely a tool to achieve their goals. Behind the mask lies a cold and calculating mind, always seeking personal gain. gain. Impulsivity is also a central aspect. Psychopaths constantly seek new experiences and thrills, often without considering the consequences of their actions. They may engage in risky behaviors such as compulsive lying, gambling, or even crime, simply for the adrenaline rush. Then there's manipulation. Psychopaths are natural strategists. They study the weaknesses of those around them and use this knowledge to control others. Whether through lies, blackmail, or seduction, they always find a way to get what they want. Psychopathy is not just a theoretical concept. It manifests in real and often devastating ways. One of the most well-known examples is Ted Bundy, a serial killer who used his charm and intelligence to lure and murder dozens of women. Bundy was so convincing that even after his arrest, he managed to manipulate people into believing in his innocence. Psychopaths can be romantic partners who manipulate and emotionally abuse, co-workers who sabotage others to get ahead, or even family members who exploit the trust of their loved ones. These cases show that psychopathy is not a distant problem. It is all around us, often hidden behind a mask of normality. And as we will see next, recognizing these patterns is the first step in protecting yourself. Recognizing a psychopath is not always easy, but there are signs that can help identify these individuals before they cause irreparable harm. The first and most obvious is a lack of empathy. Psychopaths cannot put themselves in others' shoes. If someone shows indifference to others' suffering or dismisses people's feelings, it's a red flag. Another key trait is superficial charm. They are masters at gaining people's trust, often using excessive flattery or emotional stories to get close. However, this charm is just a facade. Over time, you may notice that their words don't match their actions. Manipulation is also a central characteristic. Psychopaths are skilled at twisting reality for their own benefit. They lie without hesitation, distort facts, and use emotional blackmail to get what they want. If you notice someone constantly trying to control situations or people around them, be cautious. Impulsivity is another common sign. Psychopaths often act without considering the consequences, whether in financial decisions, relationships, or risky behaviors. They may suddenly change plans or behave irrationally just to satisfy immediate desires. Finally, pay attention to a lack of remorse. Psychopaths rarely feel guilty for their actions, even when they cause significant harm. If someone seems indifferent to the damage they've caused, or even justifies harmful behaviors, it is a strong indication of psychopathy. Knowing how to recognize a psychopath is crucial, but protecting yourself from them is even more important. Your most powerful tool is intuition. If something feels off in a relationship or interaction, don't ignore that feeling. Psychopaths are skilled manipulators, but they rarely manage to completely fool human intuition. Another essential strategy is setting clear boundaries. Psychopaths constantly test people's limits to see how far they can go. Be firm in your decisions and don't allow them to cross your emotional, financial, or personal boundaries. Saying no may be difficult, but it's a highly effective way to protect yourself. Avoid oversharing personal information, especially with people you don't know well. Psychopaths use intimate details to manipulate and control. Keep your vulnerabilities private until you're certain you can trust someone. Seeking support is also crucial. If you suspect you're dealing with a psychopath, talk to trusted friends, family, or professionals. They can provide an outside perspective and help you make safer decisions. In more severe cases, such as abusive relationships or toxic work environments, consider seeking psychological or legal assistance. Finally, educate yourself. The more you know about psychopathy, the better prepared you'll be to recognize and handle these individuals. Books, articles, and videos on the subject can be valuable resources. Protecting yourself from psychopaths doesn't mean living in fear. It means living with awareness. Understanding the psychology of psychopaths is more than just an intellectual exercise. It's a tool for self-protection. They walk among us, often hidden behind masks of charm and normality. But with knowledge and vigilance, we can recognize their signs and shield ourselves from their influence. This video was created to empower you. Share this knowledge with those you care about and subscribe for more content like this. Remember, information is the best defense. Stay aware, protect yourself, and never underestimate the danger that may be right beside you.